All right, cool. We'll give it a minute. I just want to check that everything is running as it should. But nothing so far up on the screen. That's not good.
We are live now.
We're all up. We're all good. Gucci.
Yeah.
We there?
That background looks way better.
Yeah. Oh, I did a
Cool,
thing.
yeah.
I did a
Do you
thing.
want to do the transition thing to the end screen quickly?
Yep. Let me just copy this and do this and tweet that and close that and transition to the end screen. Do 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 do.
Yeah, good fucking job.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Cool. Cool.
Have you got a tweet ready, or do you want me to tweet?
I've already done it.
Oh, cool. Good job.
I am on it. I'm smashing it.
Good
Smashing
heckin'
it.
job,
Good
brother.
heckin' heck. Huh? Good
Holy heck.
Heckin' heck. All right. Welcome to podcast episode 13. As you can see in the title, I've put a few things that we're going to be going over, but we have just watched the end of the Ubisoft Forward. We didn't catch most of it because of technical issues.
I don't want to talk about it.
So yeah, we've got we're going to discuss Xbox pricing, we're going to discuss the COD reveal, and we're going to discuss a little bit on Animal Crossing events, seeing as I know there's something that Christina's taken a big interest in, and it's quite a big bit of our channel. So
exactly. Yeah. Be rude not to touch on it, right?
Exactly. And then we'll go over some of the Ubisoft stuff that we've just seen, seen the latest of. So we'll start as we always do. What have you been playing this week?
What have I been playing? I don't know. I don't feel like have I played anything? Oh, we've been playing some Minecraft actually. So we've got like a little like a community Minecraft server going on at the moment, and we've all been putting a bit of time into that, which is good.
Yeah.
Aside from that,
not a lot.
Well, I don't think we've played Overwatch since last podcast, have we?
Nope.
No COD, a little bit of Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it, really. I don't feel
I've kind of got the itch to jump back into Warzone again as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, as bad as I felt I was playing, I had a game where I got like 9 kills, and I feel like if you got the right teammates, then you can have a really good time on there.
Yeah, for sure.
I might hop back in it after this. See how it goes.
Shall we?
Let us do that. So yeah, we'll start off with the big news of the week, and the one thing that we've been asking for the past 2 or 3 weeks. We got a price.
We got a price.
Yes,
by
a release
date.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we start from the beginning of the whole timeline, right? So,
yeah,
there was this leak, and I do this because I very strongly think that it wasn't a leak. I don't know. Just I feel like it was maybe something that Xbox did to try and force PlayStation's hand, like in a short space of time. Because the trouble with a leak like that happening, they're gonna need to confirm or deny it like as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm thinking that they were trying to force Sony's hand a bit first, or maybe even see what people's reception of the price was.
Yeah.
And then they could be like, okay, here's the official announcement. That's an old price. Here's the new price. And then everyone would be going wild, you know. But
they didn't. They just come out and confirmed it.
Yeah.
It's been, as we said before, though, it's been a long time coming, and it's a late. I think they actually said it's been a long time waiting for a price. It's just strange how they confirmed the Lockhart price first. I don't know whether they done that to try and bait Sony out, but they didn't give like the full console price until they confirmed the Lockhart one, which is a bit strange to me.
I guess it's because that was what the focus of the leak was, right? It was just on that. I mean, for a starter, they hadn't even confirmed that the Lockhart was a thing.
No.
So not only is this confirmed the console, but it's also confirmed the price.
And the actual release date as well.
Yeah, November the 10th. So, I mean, in terms of the price of the Series X, it's probably about what we were starting to warm towards, right?
Yeah.
£450.
Yep.
But the Series S is actually a huge surprise. I wasn't expecting. What I was expecting was just basically their version of the PS5 digital edition, you know. But what they've actually done is made a proper entry level next gen console at a really, really good price. And I think I've been thinking about it a lot today, and I was listening to a couple of podcasts over the past couple of days, and everyone agrees that this feels like that the console war is basically done. So, like, PlayStation have got their premium; they've got the console war, they've got it, no problem. But this seems like Xbox has kind of admitted it; they're giving it to them, but now they're dropping in this budget level next gen console. And people could just get Game Pass on it.
Yeah, I think that's. I read
just
something
getting ahead
earlier,
of that.
and it basically said the Xbox Series S is to focus on the Game Pass. Like, they released the SSD price as well. A 1 terabyte SSD expansion for the S is something like 220. I think it was dollars.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Which is like almost the cost of the console.
I'm going to double check it now, but I'm fairly sure. Xbox Series.
But I mean, for this to be their smallest ever Xbox as well.
Yeah.
And they've stated that it's going to be it can reach 1440p 120 FPS on some games.
Yeah,
which
so
seems like a bit of a stretch to me. But
1 terabyte SSD to cost around $220, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think, did they not say that the Series S as well is slightly the specs aren't as good?
They're not. So it's not only like, whereas the PS5 and the PS5 digital are literally the same apart from a disk drive, this one is like fully spec down.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know too much about the specs, but when everyone was going on about these teraflops, with the Series X being like the highest on the market at 12 teraflops, the Series S is going to be 4. The weird thing about that is the Xbox One X, so like the current gen best one you can get, is 6. So this one's actually going to be worse than the current gen system. But I don't think they care.
No.
It's a perfect foothold to try and get this audience of people that perhaps, like, for me personally, I'm going to get a PS5 regardless. If I didn't have a PC, I probably would get a Series S
for the Game
just
Pass.
to get Game Pass. Exactly. And a thing to add to that, I've got their blog post up here. The weird thing is, on their tweet, they're focusing a lot on the price being $249, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you go into the actual blog post, the main headline is, I'll read it word for word, is Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X launch November 10th, starting at $24.99 a month with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and EA Play. So there's also been the news that Game Pass has swallowed up EA Play. That's all now going to be included. But what they're doing with these new consoles is no upfront cost. You can get the Series S at $24.99, so maybe £20 if they do it here. and with that you get it's a 24-month like contract, but you get the Game Pass Ultimate with it. So you get your
Yeah.
Xbox Live Gold, you get your Game Pass for 2 years, and you get that console for $25 a month, which is just
£20 a month. So
unreal. You're
yeah, so
paying way more for the console if you're doing it that way.
you're looking at £480 altogether for
Yeah,
that.
but I mean, for people that can't afford to pay that money up front, that
I
is
I
a
feel like
steal of an offer.
they've gone, okay, so the Xbox Series X, not everyone, with everything that's gone on, the pandemic and that, are going to be able to afford an Xbox Series X. What can we do?
Yep,
Let's give them the Series S. It's not as powerful. They can buy an expansion next year and be able to store more games if they want to.
yep,
Let's go for that audience that might be struggling at the minute and help them get to the next gen
yep,
without bursting their wallet, you know?
yep,
Yeah, I mean it's a huge move, and well, they've played it well. I think saying it was a leak to then follow up and say, "Oh yeah, no, actually this is confirmed," and everyone's like, "Wait, what?"
yep.
It's now Sony. I feel Sony will announce their price in the next week or so, week and a half.
Definitely.
I feel like they've got to now, right? Xbox have played the
Yeah,
card that everyone was waiting for.
yep.
Lockhart is it's nowhere. It's going to be nowhere near the price of the Series S. Not Lockhart, the digital PS5. Won't be
Yeah.
£300 or I'll punch a bitch. uh, I can see it being how much was the Series X again?
Series X
Yeah,
is for $499. So 400 it's
450.
£450 and £250. There's a £200 difference between those two consoles alone.
I can see, as we said before, I can see the PS5 a digital being 350
Yeah.
and the PS5 going or the disc version, the full version
Hmm.
being either 450 to 500.
Yeah. And we've got Goon in the chat saying 400 for the digital one,
Yeah,
which
350, 400.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know though, because I
can't be more than
I
that,
don't
right?
know if I don't feel like PlayStation are going to undercut the Series X. I think they're just going to match it, but it's what they're willing to do with the digital edition, like how close they're willing to get to the Series S, but they'll never
Yeah.
obviously go down to that price. I think it's going to be, hopefully, I think it's going to be 450, 350, but I think it's
Excuse me.
probably going to be 450, 400.
For the discless? For the
Yeah, so for the
like
normal, for the disc one, 450 for certain. I'm
they booked a lot of
confident it's
money
going to
for
be
the
that. But then for the
exclusive.
digital, I think it might either be 400 or 350 is wishful thinking.
See, the thing with Sony is you got to remember with the PS3, they were out of profit on that. They basically what they um, put in for the cost of to make the PS3, they sold at the
Yeah.
exact same price. So they were
Yeah.
breaking even throughout the whole of the PS3's life cycle.
Hmm.
PS4, they've done far better than.
I think they sold the PS4 at a loss as well.
Did they?
Each unit was sold at a loss. Yeah.
Oh.
And they still made a crap load of money. Like they didn't lose money, but they sold it for less than it cost them to make it.
Yeah.
And I think I saw somewhere that the cost of making a PS5 is about 450 quid.
Yeah. I
But
imagine
I
they're going to
mean,
match the Series X for price.
yeah, they've got no reason to go less, really, have they? Because I don't know. I just can't see them doing it. It'll be
No.
really good. Like I hope they do, but
Yeah.
I'm just trying to maintain my expectations, you know. So then when they're like 450, then I'm not gutted about it.
Yeah. And you're ready for it when they do announce it finally.
Yeah,
Which,
exactly.
again, it's got to be
Um,
within the next 2 weeks. I can't
yeah, I
see
think
them
so.
waiting any longer now that Xbox have played their hand. You got to imagine, right? There's someone in the background going, "Xbox announced it," and someone's on the calculator at the back going, "What can we do it for?" You know,
Yeah,
like
guys, get to work. You got all these people in the background just with calculators smashing
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
That's definitely what they're focusing on at the moment, to try and figure out what they're going to do. But like I said, it feels like now the whole console war has just separated. So it's like PlayStation are focusing on their first party exclusives. They've basically won the console war, in my opinion.
Hmm.
But Xbox are happy with that, because I feel like when it comes to next year and all the reports come out saying PS5 was the highest selling console, they sold this many units and had this much money made, Xbox are going to be releasing figures like, we had this many people sign up to Game Pass. They were playing on like 5 different platforms because they're going to have xCloud and stuff as well.
Yeah,
I don't think they care anymore. Like, that obviously they're still going to keep bringing out the consoles, but they're going with this lower tier now because it just gets people on their main system, which is Game Pass.
yeah.
It's
Which is
literally their big
what
selling
we've
point.
spoke about the past few weeks. We've been huge advocates of the Game Pass because of the games that it brings for such
Yeah,
a low price.
100%.
Um, it's it does seem like their whole model is just shifting towards that. I feel like they're probably releasing the Xbox Series X, just because they know they are going to get sales from it.
There's those diehard fans, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah. I just want to see PS5's price now. I want to see what they come out with, what Sony say.
Yeah, hopefully they crack on with it and get us a price soon. But
Yeah,
I think the big thing with this kind of going under the radar with Xbox's announcement is that monthly subscription, because just reading through their blog post now, and they've got the Series S for $24.99 a month, but if you want a Series X, $34.99 a month. So it's just an extra tenner to get their more premium one.
mm.
And again, it's over 24 months. You will be paying a lot more that way than you do for the console. But if you don't want to fork out £450,
Do
that's a
you
good deal.
do you actually think though that they might have released the Series S knowing that not many people are going to go for it? So
No, see,
instead of, because think about it, right? Sony have got the discless version, which everyone's going, "Ooh, I don't use discs. I don't buy discs. I buy digital now."
Yep.
So they're going to price the one with the disc a lot higher, so that you get the discless version.
Mm-hmm.
You could then potentially say the Xbox Series S is there because you could pay a lot less, but you've not got the hard drive space. Yes, you get Game Pass with it, but for an extra £10 a month, did you say you could
Yeah,
get
$10.
an extra
They've
ten
not said
dollars, so an
anything about it being in the
extra
UK.
£5, £7 a month or whatever
Yeah,
it might turn out to be. You
yeah,
can get the premium console with all that goodness still in it. You get the Game Pass with it and that.
yeah.
Surely you would pay the extra £7 or £8 and go for that premium console that you know's got
But
loads of space.
you got to think the main selling point to these new consoles, the Series X and the PS5, is based around 4K, right?
Yeah,
They're both going to have 1 terabyte hard drives, which is, you can get that now anyway.
yeah,
Not everyone has a 4K TV, so people could be looking at the Series S and thinking, well, I don't have a 4K TV. I don't plan on having a 4K TV. If this can do me 1080p at 60 FPS on all the games that I love, then I'll just do that. It costs less. To
yeah.
me, I feel like the Series S is going to be Xbox's higher selling console
Mm.
out of the two for certain, because of that budget price, and it just gets people onto the next gen platform at like really cheap, £200 less than the other one. It's crazy.
No worries, Scoot.
Um,
Have a good stream.
See you, good. Cheers for coming in. Yeah, but just like reading for a bit more of this blog post, the whole EA Play thing is coming to PC Game Pass as well.
FIFA for free.
But then also you got to think, right, with this $24.99, how much? I think you can buy Game Pass Ultimate at the moment, which includes Game Pass and your Xbox Gold subscription.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, I think that's like £10, £11. So if you take that, yeah, I'll do that, Goon. Are you in Goon's Discord?
I'm not, no.
All right. Yeah, I'll finish my train of thought before I do that, before I forget.
Okay.
But yeah, so right now you can get the Game Pass Ultimate for, I think it's 11 quid. So take that off the monthly subscription price. You're basically paying essentially $14 to get the console, which is just a bargain.
Yeah. Or you pay basically the extra. Again, to me.
To me, I'd pay the extra, but that's just because I'm a sucker, you know?
Yeah. Just for that extra £7-8, $10.
Yeah.
You'd go premium, right?
Yeah, but I
It's
think
just
that's
a
just
bit.
us being like diehard
Yeah,
gamers,
I
right?
guess for sort of people that enjoy the Xbox and that, I don't know. I don't know whether whether it's going to sell that well. I don't know whether they've done it as a. You can get it, but you've not got much space. Yes, you get the Game Pass, but you can only have 3 games installed because of the hard drive space.
Yeah.
Pay a little bit extra, and you can have the premium console.
The premium.
It's just in my head, it makes more sense that people are going to do that and pay the little bit extra.
Yeah.
Work an extra hour at work to pay that off. You know,
yeah.
That's just me. Maybe it is just because I'm a sucker for new shiny things, and that's what
That's what I mean.
I do.
I think us personally, we'd go for that premium console because that's just us.
Yeah.
But you got to think about these families. You know, they might have 4 kids. No consoles in the house at the moment. You get one of these cheap.
I'll say get a Switch.
Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, Switch is on its own level again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that's why I say that I think that the console war is kind of over, because you've got PlayStation up in your top tier, Xbox are happy sitting in this budget tier, and then Switch are just they're on their own track. You can't really compare them, even though they're smashing it.
I will go on to something about the Switch that I heard and read earlier as well.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm still not sure on their whole thing with the Series S. I hope.
I think this is really good news for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean,
I think it'll help them shift consoles for sure. Because if little Timmy wants an Xbox, here you go, Timmy. Here's Xbox Series S. You can download Fortnite and fit that on there, you know. Let us know if you're watching this after the live stream in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on the Xbox Series S versus the Xbox Series X, and whether you're going to get either one,
either or,
and your reasoning behind it. Because, yeah, as I've said already, I would pay the extra, but that's because I'm a sucker for shiny new things. So, yeah. Talking about the Switch and the tiers of console, I did see a rumor earlier from a few places that the Switch is actually getting a new upgraded console next year. And there was a quote saying, basically get 4K ready, which takes the Switch from being this thing that's existing below sort of, I say below, but I mean they've done so well.
It's not, is it? Do you know?
Switch.
You've got to look at it level on rather than like this. It's more like this, isn't it? So
Yeah.
you're
I
going to
feel
start seeing
like,
Switch come more into the lane of the other consoles.
do you guys own a Switch?
Uh,
I do own a Switch. I've got two in my household.
I do. I was going to sell it, but now Christina has snatched it, and it's basically hers.
um, two. Yeah, we've got two. Yeah, me and Wild Female have one each. Um, yeah, them going into 4K. I'm thinking Breath of the Wild 2 is going
Yep.
to look insane. I
I'm
mean,
assuming
like,
this is going to be 4K docked, though, right? It's not going to be like a 4K
oh, I can't
handheld.
imagine it'll be 4K. Could you imagine the cost of that?
Like, exactly.
Like, that'd be insane. But yeah, 4K docked is still a big thing to have happen to a handheld console, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
The Switch is just a phenomenal console. Like,
yeah,
even though I was going to sell mine because I didn't really play it that much, I still, hands down, like can honestly say that it's just an incredible console. It's just that the games that are on it don't really do much for me.
remember the PSP when that dropped? Yeah,
See now PSP,
yeah.
oh, if PlayStation got back on that, I would be there.
Everyone was rocking around with it. Yeah, I mean, like, you look at the PS
I think I
Vita.
had the red one.
A lot of people had the PS Vita as well, and that wasn't even that great. Um,
No.
yeah,
Yep. Maybe we get a PSP 2.
it'll be a PS Vita too, won't it? They won't go back to PSP, I don't think.
Although just as a quick sidetrack, but did you see that there was PlayStation issued a patent for PS Vita to be enabled on PS5. Like you can use it with PS5.
Oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. But
Yeah,
like
but
that, if
why
it
would they do that for a console that they're not really providing anything for at the moment?
no, and it feels really outdated now if you look at the Vita. Um,
So maybe they are going to do
maybe
another
they
one.
are. The only
Going to
thing
try and
that
dip into that market then.
the only thing that I can think of that would back up the fact that maybe the Switch won't be handheld. The reason I say that is that there was a recent patent. What's called, right, when you
I
patent
always
something?
struggle to say that word. I don't
Pat-
know why. It's so easy, but
patent,
patent.
patent.
We know what.
For the Switch to have a standalone controller that doesn't have like a dockable bit, but it's two separate. You know?
What?
Wait there.
So the Joy Cons.
Yeah. So instead of it having this bit will be
Right.
closed off. So
Right.
this bit won't be here. So then you hold
Yeah.
it like, I'm guessing it's gonna be a little bit more rounder, but you know, like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's, I did see a leak about that as well, which makes me think that maybe they're not going to go handheld if they do a 4K, and that could potentially just be down to the capability of being able to accurately transfer it from a 4K downscaling it when you undock it and upscaling it when you put it in. Because to
So
upscale something, you're going to lose a lot of quality.
what you're saying is that they might do a Switch that can't be portable.
Yeah,
Is
like,
that what you're saying? Yeah.
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 So basically, I
So
feel
it's just
like,
literally like an actual console, then, isn't it?
yeah,
I don't know. We'll have to just wait that one out, I guess. But
if they're going to
yeah,
do
the 4K
something like
stuff's exciting.
that, then to go from to keep what they've done with the Switch, where you know the whole Switch thing, you pick it up, it's in your handheld kind of. I feel
I
like they'd
love that
have.
noise that they do. That's good. Yeah.
Um, I feel like they'd have to do
Equal
a
that
way
side.
for you to like almost Bluetooth where you're up to on your thing and
Yeah.
transfer it to that 4K.
Yeah.
But
I
again,
don't know.
I don't think they'd be able to do something
I
like that at the
can't
minute.
see them doing a Switch that's not portable.
No.
Because it's not a Switch. A Switch is that, isn't it? It's that console that is portable that you can just take straight out your dock and carry on what you were doing.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just going to be chunky. It's just going to
Chunky
be
but
an absolute
funky.
beefcake.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
So Goon touched on it earlier. with regards to the exclusivity with COD. So, did you want to do your little COD?
We need a little jingle for this.
We do, yeah. I'm going to work on an overlay.
COD segment. Well, the plan with the COD segment was going to be that I'd talk about more about the pro scene, right? But how can we not just talk about the multiplayer reveal that happened? So, yeah, let's talk about that because I watched it. The trailer is really cool, as all COD multiplayer reveal trailers are really cool every time. But then we got to watch some of the big streamers and some pro players and stuff stream different game modes and different maps for, I think it was a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the game looks a lot like Modern Warfare. I'm not surprised, but it just visually looks better.
Yeah.
Like I said to you when I was watching it, there's that one map, Miami, where there's neon lights everywhere, but there's puddles all over the floor, and the reflections in the puddles were just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then to think that when you're going to be playing that on a PS5 with your ray trace and all that fancy stuff, how good is that going to look? But yeah, there was no doors, which is a big plus in my opinion.
Yeah.
The weapons looked like they handled pretty well. I've seen a lot of people say that the sounds of the guns aren't as like realistic as what they were in Modern Warfare. But I mean, for me personally, that doesn't matter. This is an arcade shooter.
I was then about to say it's an arcade shooter, so
yeah,
does it matter? I mean, if you hear the gun and you get used to the sounds of the guns, you're gonna know whether it's an AR or an SMG, and probably which AR or SMG.
Yeah.
One thing about the sound, when they announced how the sound was working, the fact that if you're crouched and you're moving very slowly, your sound is going to be a lot less.
Yeah.
Than when you're crouched and moving that little bit faster, so your stick's fully forward. That's huge. Like I don't understand. They've boasted about having the best sound technology for years in COD games.
And
I feel like this is something that should have been done years ago.
Yeah, and I think Modern Warfare was the worst for that, and it still is. Like you can hear people miles away; it doesn't matter what you're doing,
or you can't hear them at all when they're behind you.
Yeah,
I don't. You can hear your friend 200 meters away stomping around.
Yeah.
You can't hear the guy one house to your left.
Yeah, or if he is to your left, it sounds like he's to your right.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that.
That was a big thing for me when I heard that. I feel like it's long overdue. I just hope that it is as they say it is, and it's not just going to get to the release and the sound's going to be as crappy as Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Well, so the stream showed, I think it was how many different maps? I've got the blog post up here. I think it's 5 maps.
5 maps.
So there was a new game mode that they showed that was called Combined Arms.
Yeah, that was the one across the ships, right?
Yeah, that map looked amazing.
12 versus 12.
Yeah, so just reading here, what they've described Combined Arms as is a 12v12 battle that combines infantry and vehicular gameplay. Combined Arms is a large-scale mode where the action is tailored to the environment it takes place within. So it was on that Armada. It's called Armada, is the map with the ships.
Yeah.
And then there's also another map called Crossroads. But it seemed like even though it was the same game mode, the actual thing that you're doing in the game was different. So it seems like depending on the map is depending on what you're doing.
Okay.
But the Armada one had these ships that you could go around in that had turrets on them. Crossroads had tanks, so you could go and get in a tank and
I did see that.
the shit out of everyone. Snowmobiles, attack helicopters. It looked really good. As like almost like a ground war replacement.
Yeah.
But then, just looking in the blog post, they've mentioned a thing called Fire Team, which I don't think got mentioned anywhere.
They mentioned it. They did mention it.
Was it at the start?
It was close to the start. I just can't
Because they
remember what
didn't
they
play
said
it, did
about
they?
it. No, I don't think so.
But what it says on here, it says Fire Team is a new 40-player category of Black Ops multiplayer with up to 10 teams of 4, where the action is centered around not just the operators in the field, but also the environment they battle in. The first available Fire Team game type is called Dirty Bomb, which we'll have more information on as we get closer to launch. And they've got the picture from the trailer where they're in the desert area, just thrashing around in those cars, in the dune buggies.
Yeah.
So it looks like this is going to be like a big scale map thing, but with 10 groups of 4. So it's almost battle royale type.
Yeah.
But it's like an objective game mode, which sounds really cool. But yeah, there's just a lot of things that we could dissect from that stream. But they played some domination, looked like normal domination, not really much to say there. They had one that was called VIP Escort, which looked really annoying to play because it was kind of like Search and Destroy, where one person on a team would be nominated as a VIP.
Yeah.
You have to get into a certain area.
And they don't get a class either.
But if the enemy team kills that VIP, that's it. Like the round's over. So it's just like that game can be done so quickly. I was watching Scumpy play it, and he went onto it, and then it was done within like 2 minutes. And he was annoyed because this stream is supposed to like showcase everything, and that was just like making the stream shorter because they only had a fixed amount of games that they could play.
Oh, really?
So yeah, that one just seems like I can't see that going anywhere. I can't see it being a competitive game mode at all, and I don't think it would be used that much in pubs anyway. But
that feels like one of them game modes that most people probably wouldn't hop into.
Yeah, I think it'll just be one that won't. You'll get like the random people that go in there, but it'll never be
the hardcore.
You could be waiting for a lobby for like 10 minutes or something, you know. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm gonna pre-order it so I can get in on the early beta.
8th of October, right?
Yeah, so they've announced how the beta times and how they're going to work here. So first weekend is October the 8th, and between the 8th and the 9th, if you pre-order on PS4, you get the early access for that. And then from the 10th to the 12th, it's going to be PS4 open beta. So if you pre-order it, you'll get a couple of days early. And then the following weekend, which will be October the 15th to the 16th, that's going to be Xbox and PC early access. So that's anyone that pre-orders it on those platforms, plus PS4 open beta included.
Yeah.
And then for the last part, from the 17th to 19th, is just to open the gates and let everyone loose. Just full open beta. And then the game, have they issued the actual release date for the game yet? I think it was like November.
So November 28th or something? Was it?
Something like that. No, it wasn't that late.
No?
11th, I think. Why is it not on here? Let me scroll through. So yeah, I will be jumping on that. Might even stream it to the channel or something.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
It's good. I like the way that they're doing the Warzone as well.
November 13th. Yeah.
November 13th. The way they're going to do Warzone should be pretty cool. So you're going to have it. I'm guessing it's going to be like you can choose which map to drop into, like PUBG, or you can queue up for a random map. Which
I would have thought so.
It's going to keep it fresh. So you could queue up for a random one. You could jump into 2 Verdansk and then get whatever the Cold War map's going to be.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I like the look of it. I've got some holiday left, and I might take it.
What, for the release or for the beta?
For the release, not for the beta. For the release.
Oh wait, when's the beta?
8th of October.
Your boy is on 2-week holiday from the 12th of October. So I'm going to be getting all that game time in, even though they're on the weekends. But
I was going to say the 8th and 9th, you won't they?
well, that's the weekend, isn't it? So you can call in sick if not. Okay. But yeah, I saw a tweet today. Someone asked if what the deal is with the blueprints that you get in Warzone at the moment, and it turns out that blueprints will transfer over into Warzone, but not multiplayer. So what I'm thinking they might do, if
Warzone's
there's
just
a
going to be
second
Warzone, right?
huh?
Warzone's just going to be Warzone. It's going to be like its own little standalone thing, surely.
Well, it already is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But all the blueprints that you unlock for your guns stay in Warzone. So if you play Warzone through Black Ops Cold War, then I guess it transfers. But
It'll be Activision
what I'm
account
thinking
stuff.
that might mean is if you're playing the Cold War version map for Warzone, you might find that Warzone's guns get included on like the loot drops and stuff. So you could be playing like this old school map.
Yeah.
So they're blurring the lines a bit, which I think is good.
It is, but that's a lot of balancing that they've then got to do.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. I have to see how that one pans out. But that is the brief thoughts on Black Ops Cold War multiplayer reveal. I'm looking forward to it, but then again, I look forward to every COD.
Yeah,
because I'm a little fanboy.
You are a little fanboy.
I'm hoping this year we can actually get into some GBs.
I hope they bring like league play or something.
Yeah,
need league play in there.
League play, or if not, we'll end up just doing like 2v2 S&D game battles or something, you know, just to try and get that competitive grinding. But yeah. Next week on the little COD segment, I'll go through some Pro League
stuff.
like players and rumors and stuff.
I'll try and get a little transition going so it like flips across. It's like Call of Duty. That's the plan.
It's got to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. Call of Duty. Let us know your thoughts, whether you watched the event. Yeah, let us know what you think. Are you going to be jumping in early access beta, or are you going to wait for the open beta?
Going to be running that F clan tag.
The thing to do, the thing with that is you can always pre-order, get your code, and then cancel your pre-order, right?
Well, that is what I used to do, but you have to pre-order it digitally. And you pay up front when you do that.
Locking in that dollar.
Yeah. But I mean, my thing is, I'm going to buy it anyway. Yeah. So right. I'm not that bothered.
I've told myself every year since I think it was since like Black Ops 2 or something. I'm not going to get that year.
The only COD I haven't played is Ghosts.
Man,
for some reason.
I tell you
I don't remember why.
What came after Ghosts? Was it Infinite Warfare?
After Advanced Warfare.
So I played
the first jetpack.
I played Advanced Warfare, and about 6 months into Advanced Warfare, I went back to Ghosts.
Yeah.
And my God, Ghost shit all over Advanced Warfare, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I remember going back to it, and it felt so good. And it wasn't a good game.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows how far off track they actually got with COD. I'm hoping that Cold War brings it back on to where it needs to be, because it's been a little bit hit and miss the past few.
For a starter, just from the maps we've seen, they've gone back to the old 3-lane map design, which is always good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed that Treyarch don't let us down. Plus, did you see at the end of the trailer, just quickly, the little zombies teaser?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, you need to watch the trailer right at the end, because I'm not that interested in zombies, but
someone could be good to stream on the channel, to be fair. Zombies is always a good time.
I mean, I'd be down to give it a little go. But in the little teaser I saw on Twitter today, someone thinks that the map that they show is I think the very original one that's just in the little house. What's that one called? Some German name.
Nackte Totem.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, someone thinks it's that, but it's got like graffiti all up on the walls and stuff. Watch the trailer when we're done, just quickly, and have a look at it.
Man, my favourite zombie map has still been Transit. As much as people shout on it and didn't like it, being able to go around on that bus to all the different areas, that was legit. Fun as hell. Yeah. Again, drop your thoughts about COD below, and we'll see whether we can pick out any comments and pick them up next week during the podcast, and just
Do a little follow up.
yeah. Where do you want to go next? Where should we go?
Where do we want to go next? Well, should we have a quick talk about Mario's 35th anniversary direct event, which takes us to Animal Crossing.
It does.
So yeah, it was Mario's 35th birthday. He doesn't look a day over 21, but he got to 35. They've announced a whole bunch of Mario stuff for that day, including Mario 3D All Stars, where you can get, I think it's 3 different games in a little bundle.
Which, by the way, I've been told we've got to buy. So,
so what is it? It's Sunshine, Galaxy, and I don't remember what the other one is. I've literally got it here.
Yeah.
So yeah, they announced that. They also announced. Did you see it? Super Mario Bros. 35. It's called.
Okay. No.
Which is it's going to be your Tetris 99, but Super Mario. So it's like a battle royale thing. I don't know how it's going to work.
Strange.
It's going to be on the Nintendo Online. It's going to be like exclusive to that, and it's only around until March 31st. So after that, they're just getting rid of it.
The third one's Mario 64.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you. So yeah, that looks kind of bizarre. Apparently, you'll be like dropping enemies into other people's games and stuff. So that'd be free on the online.
So they're doing it split up across certain months by the looks of it.
Okay, I thought it was just going to be like a big bundle.
Maybe it is. Maybe you buy it and then you get them when they release. I guess
they release separately. That's like shit. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Did you see the Mario Kart Live thing?
Nope.
It looks like so cool. It's you buy a Mario Kart, and he has a little AR camera above his head, and you get these gates, and you can lay them out in your lounge, and then you can play against people on a track that you make in your house. I think you can only buy a Mario and a Luigi at the moment. Obviously, they're going to just end up doing everyone. But yeah, he's in like a little Formula One car with a little camera above his head, and then you get like the gates that connect to the AR camera. You just lay them out wherever you want, set the track up, and then you can race people on it.
That could be expensive for me.
100 quid, I believe.
That sounds so good.
You get a car and you get a bunch of gates.
Oh no.
You can probably buy like more gates and stuff afterwards.
I mean, like, that's Christmas sorted right there. There you go, done.
Let me see if they've got like a date on it or anything.
That does sound pretty cool though. Like, is it so? Does everybody have to own it, or can it be done through like a game console as well?
I'm not sure. It says here, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit lets you drive real Mario Kart toys around your living room via virtual tracks, which duck through and around your furniture. Either a Mario and Luigi toy will ship alongside copies on the 16th of October. So it's out very soon. What's that? That's all it says. Yeah. Let me see if I can click on it.
So it's basically like Mario Kart, but IRL.
But live, yeah. Mario Kart Live.
It's like a modern scale extras.
So then I wonder if, like, say I got one and you got one. You set the track up in your house. Does that mean that I just, like, in my house, I put my cart on the floor and then it will just, like, sync to the track that you've set up or something?
Surely not, because everybody's layouts is separate, right? Unless you have to.
So how would that work then?
Well, I suppose unless there's like, I don't know.
There's not even that much information here.
No. Maybe that's one. That's one to keep an eye on. Maybe.
Here we go. It'll ship with either a Mario-themed remote control cart or a Luigi one, and it promises 4-player local multiplayer. Quite how it all works remains a bit of a mystery, though the trailer gives you a fair idea. So I think you have to be in the same house for it to work.
Right. 4-player local multiplayer.
So you like me, you, Chrissy, Christina could all get one each, and then we could all come around mine, set up a virtual track, and then race each other on it. I think that's how it works,
I
judging
mean,
by that.
I'm down. Like,
A little bit fun.
yeah, that could be
But
pretty cool.
on the back of all that, relating it to our Animal Crossing fans out there, they will be doing an event in Animal Crossing next year. I think it's something.
I've just been shouted through. Sorry, I've just been shouted through. We're not allowed to leave Jasmine out.
Okay, well, Jasmine can have one as well.
She can
That
have
just means someone will have to
Chrissy's
sit
place.
out. Yeah,
Wait for the shout.
It's a fair swap.
Yeah.
Let me
Less
have a look.
rage.
So perhaps most excitingly, Animal Crossing New Horizons fans will be able to add Super Mario themed furniture to their islands, though not until March next year.
Yeah.
They're also doing a Splatoon event.
I was going to say that opens the
events.
floodgates. That opens the
Yeah.
floodgates for them to bring in so much more stuff to Animal Crossing.
So they're just going to be pasting it everywhere.
Yep.
But yeah, that's in very short. Mario's
event.
35th birthday. Happy birthday, bud.
Yeah. Wahoo and all of that.
Now shall we let's move on to something else?
Let's go. Yeah, so I'm just going to go over some of the Ubisoft stuff that we saw. It's only going to be a quick whistle-stop tour of it.
Yep.
The big one for me is Prince of Persia being remade. Sands of Time. That game was so good.
Yeah.
So good. It was like the Assassin's Creed before Assassin's Creed, you know?
Well, on one of the podcasts I was listening to, they actually said that Assassin's Creed was born from Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
It was like a spin-off.
Mm-hmm. It was going to be the first Assassin's Creed was going to be a Prince of Persia game.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And they decided to go the Assassin's route with it instead of straight up Prince of Persia.
Imagine that.
Prince of Persia. I loved Prince of Persia when I was younger, when that first came out.
It's such a good game.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I'll probably end up getting it, to be fair.
Yeah.
The next one, Rainbow Six Siege. Their new event is now live with Mr. Tom Clancy.
Tom Clancy? You mean
Mr. Sam Fisher?
Yeah.
Tom Clancy, man.
Or as they call him, Zero.
Agent Zero. That's cool, and they've just announced as well that, bearing in mind they're going into their 5th year now, they've just announced a Rainbow Six Siege World Cup. So similar to how Overwatch have their World Cup, Rainbow Six Siege have decided to do the same thing.
The Siege Pro community is actually really popular as well, isn't it? Obviously, it's not up there with the CODs and stuff like that, but it's massively popular pro scene. And I can see why, because as many frustrations as I've had with that game, it is like perfect for competitive play, right?
For sure. And as a little Brucey bonus to that, they have announced a free upgrade to the next gen consoles 4K when it comes out. If you own the game now on consoles, that's huge.
Okay,
that's going to keep the pro scene going for however long it needs to on consoles.
I did own it on PlayStation, but I don't anymore.
You have disc. I've got digital, so I get the free upgrade.
Yeah, I got it on PC though, so it's all good.
That's big. I'm surprised there's not something else, but I mean, they seem to be able to fine tune that game whenever they need to. And the support for it is huge. Like, the game's been out 5 years. You look back at Ghost Recon Wildlands, they had about a year and a half of support, and then they moved on to Breakpoint. Yeah, fair play. The free upgrade to next gen consoles is huge, and people.
Yeah, it's a very the whole free upgrade thing is a very hot topic right now, isn't it? There's a couple developers that are making you pay for that upgrade.
However, Microsoft came out and said that they're not letting any developer charge for that upgrade. So, I don't know. Strange one. And
Mhm.
finally, the reveal that they left us with was a very
Wait,
steep.
wait. You're skipping over the whole main thing about Watch Dogs Legion. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
The
Sorry. Okay.
biggest news.
The biggest news: Stormzy is going to be
Yeah.
in Legion, and he looks like he's like performing on there,
Yeah.
which
Oh, I love it.
is
It's great.
great for the game setting. Right? You're in
Yeah.
London. Stormzy's arguably the biggest artist in the UK at the minute,
And the
and
whole premise of that game is that it's post Brexit as well. And like for the whole lead up to Brexit, Stormzy was like quite vocal about
mm,
everything. Um, I love it. I think it's great. I think we
I
should
think that's
see
a
that
really
kind of
good
stuff.
move. I wouldn't be surprised to see more either film like actors, actresses in it. I feel like they've got a lot more in the background of that game than what they've told.
Yeah,
Stormzy is probably he's biggest artist in the UK at the minute in the grime scene as well. Um,
yeah.
that's huge.
Do you reckon you can like recruit him?
That'd be
Do you
sick,
reckon you
right?
go to like one of his concerts and then you can recruit him and have Stormzy in your gang?
Imagine though if they've got say Watch Dogs are doing what GTA have done, they've got the whole online thing.
Yeah,
Imagine being able to go there with some friends and listen to a Stormzy concert. It's pretty
pretty cool,
cool.
right?
It's legit. That's like on the level of a Fortnite live event.
Yeah, definitely. I'd go watch Stormzy. I
Why
went and
not?
watched Marshmello when he was on Fortnite.
I watched someone streaming it. I weren't playing Fortnite at the
Best
time.
concert of my life.
Yeah. And you're at home. What more could you
Exactly.
want?
Yeah, you're not squeezed into a crowd.
Yeah.
Great.
No, I like that. That's a good
That's the
move.
biggest news of the Ubisoft event.
Yeah. And Riders Republic, but whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
let's not talk about that.
Riders Republic is a new. I say it's a new IP. I feel like Steep. It's
It's
probably like
very, very steep influenced,
yeah.
right?
It looks it. It looks hugely Steep influenced. Um, Give it a look if you haven't. If you didn't see it, I feel like you've just frozen as well, which means that I'll fill the time. If you haven't seen Riders Republic, basically it is BMXing bikes. Oh, hello, he's back.
I'm back.
Hello. BMXing, mountain biking, wing gliding suit things, and snowboards and ski. That's it, right? That's all we saw in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like you can get like hundreds of players on one
Yeah,
race as
that
well.
part where it showed like the downhill mountain bike and looked
Yeah.
really fun. I
Yeah.
can see that being a good laugh.
Yeah. I feel like they'll probably bring out other things as well with that. Like they've got the potential to bring in like skateboards or scooters or something as well, and
Yeah.
completely
It's
change
kind of
up.
what they did with Steep, right? They just like leave it open ended.
Mm,
So it wasn't just snowboards, skis. There was like parachute and wingsuits,
yeah.
just the full works. And this seems like it's doing the same thing.
It feels like the sequel to I say sequel, there's not really a story to Steep, but it feels like
But it does, yeah,
the
100%.
next version of Steep.
Yeah, they could have called it Steep 2 Riders Republic, and
Yeah. Or
you'd be
Steep,
fine with that. That would make
even
sense.
just Steep Riders Republic. And
Yeah, but
yeah.
I
Um
see a lot of Steep's influence in that game, but it does look really cool.
it looks really pretty as well, like watching it,
Yep.
the different like it's a snowy mountain, but down here you've got some like ruins and stuff. Uh,
Hmm.
I like the whole map dynamic of it. So you can be skiing or snowboarding on snow, and then you go into like a deserty style area and still be able
Yep.
to snowboard because of the steep hills. Steep again. Um, yeah, it looks good. I'm going to keep my eye on that one for sure. Um, yeah. Anything else that you've seen on the UB Forward event?
Nope. I mean, that was all happening while my PC was being an absolute. Not even going to say the word in public, but
Dingus.
yeah, we'll go with that one. But no, I think Riders Republic looked really good. I'd be happy to put that on the one to watch for this week. Although I jokingly said, "Can I pick COD?" But yeah, I think that one looks good. It looks like the almost mindless fun that Steep was,
Yep.
but with mountain bikes and stuff instead. I'm
Yeah.
well up for that.
There we go then. One to watch for this week is
Riders
Riders
Republic.
Republic. And on that note, that is all we've got to talk about for this week.
Feels like that one went really quick.
It was good. Well, when we eventually got started, yeah. It won't be as late next week as long as technical issues don't arise. It was literally as we were hitting live.
Like literally.
In fact, I'd already hit live, and then it
Yeah.
went. So
Yeah.
that was a bit rough. We'll
I think
try and be
by
on
next
time
week I'm gonna get the Ethernet situation sorted out and try and get myself hardwired in instead.
Yeah, that's the way forward.
So that should be all good for next week.
Well, anything that we discussed, feel free to put into the comments. We will pick out some comments and discuss them next week. If you've got anything you want us to discuss or look into, yeah, leave any comments. Follow us on all of the social media that are below us, and they are actually below us this time because I did a thing.
because we've got the new overlay.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress, but I like it. Getting there. Yeah, next week, hopefully, we're going to have Mr. Jinx finally joining us after, I think it's been planning for like 2 months and it's just never happened. Next
It
week
was
is
like
going to be
supposed to
the
be one of
week.
the very early episodes, wasn't it?
Yeah, like episode 3 or 4, I think, and it's just not happened because of
And here we are. 10
pandemic,
episodes later.
various things that have occurred in life, and you know how it is. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Follow our socials. Leave your comments below as well, and we will see you on the next episode.
Next
Have
week.
a good evening. Happy
Bye-bye.
gaming. Bye bye.